Okay, you guys, I'm going to be very brief. So, parallel parking. Okay, what about it? So, literally, guys, last night, this guy, he was trying to parallel park into a spot. And I'm not talking about when there's two cars in between you or there's just two dividers and you just back in. That's backing in. I'm talking about like when you kind of have to back in into like a what would I say, like a horizontal spot. It's like the parking spot set up like this, right? And then there's cars right here and right here, but the cars are facing like this way. It's like if you live in Baltimore City, you know what I'm talking about. If you live in the city, you have to park like this. You can't just back in the spots. It's not like you're parking at Walmart. Y'all know what I mean. Anyways, y'all, the kid was struggling. Like he was having a very hard time, and y'all, it was taking him forever to park the car. Like I'm just sitting there like, okay, this guy needs help. So I go up to his window. I was like, hey, I see you're having some trouble. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, and I'm just telling him like, yeah, it must be hard without like a backup camera, because just trying to park like that, and if you don't really know what you're doing, it will take you forever, especially if you overthink it, right? So I told him that he needs to pull up more to the length of the car in front of him and then try backing in like that. So we try that, and I'm telling him like, yeah, pull up more. And then I told him, okay, start turning your wheel to the right, because he was on like the left side of the street. So I was telling him, start turning your wheel. No, pull up, start turning your wheel to the left. That's what he had to do. So he's turning his wheel to the left, car starts coming in like this, and then I'm like, okay, keep backing up, then start turning the wheel the other way. So yeah, his tire hit the curb, but he was in a perfect spot. So all he had to do was just keep pulling forward and just backing in, and then I helped him get into the spot. But I was telling him like, yeah, sometimes people overthink this, and you kind of have to just, if you pull forward to the length of the car or a little bit forward, that'll set you up better when backing into a spot, so you're not, taking forever, right? And I also did tell him, if you need to, you should get a backup camera. They're not that hard to install. Like, they make it seem complicated, but when you actually do it, you'll realize, oh, I can do this. This isn't a problem. But yeah, y'all, it's like parallel parking or backing in, most people overthink it. That's why it takes them forever. Correct. But I will say having a backup camera is easier. Like I've backed in the parking spots without a backup camera. I'm just saying having one makes it easier not to like, it causes less accidents. Like you won't scrape people's cars. You won't mistakenly back into people's cars if you have a backup camera. That's all. Oh, and one more thing I was about to say. One more thing. I was gonna say, like, if you're one of those people, maybe you just don't need one. Some people are really good at parking, they don't need a backup camera. Good for you. I like one for security purposes, okay? Yeah, I know I added something onto the end. Leave me alone. I need one for added security. But yeah, backing in, it's actually pretty easy to do even without one. I'm gonna tell you why. If you're actually paying attention to your rear view mirrors, maybe you might need to adjust them. It lets you know in the mirror that objects are closer than they appear. So if you see yourself getting closer to the car behind you in your rear view mirror, or you see it in your side mirrors, you're probably close enough and you shouldn't back up anymore. But some people don't pay attention to that, and then they just keep backing up, and that's how they end up tapping people's bumpers or scrapes happen. So you just have to think about that. But yeah, that was a pretty funny encounter. I'm glad I was able to help them. But yeah, because it was two people in there. They were struggling. It was taking them a minute. But yeah, pay attention to your mirrors and pull to the length of the car in front of you or a little bit forward. Then start backing in. Back in, and then you start turning. That's when people mess up, and that's when the overthinking starts, and then you realize you have to keep making an adjustment over and over. But yeah, that's it. You guys have a good rest of your day. Hopefully you have a productive day. Peace.